welcome to another Inside Marketing video. I am DMC for BCMC Global, and I am here with Pete Wallace from GumGum.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. So why don't we kick off, as we always do, with a little bit about who GumGum are and what you do there.
Of course, so GumGum is a global advertising technology business focused on three things: context, creative, and attention. And I'm general manager for Europe.
So the thing that drew me to the stand, the reason why I'm here talking to you right now, is you're going big on the idea of the cookieless future. A cookie-free world, I think was the slogan. I can't see a world I cannot visualize how that's possible. Go.
The cookie has broadly been in demise for a number of years. GDPR has had quite a large effect on that, along with other privacy legislation changes. Perceptions around things like ad blocking, of course, start to drive this idea of a cookie-free world. And look, it's been delayed ever so slightly, but Google is also talking about getting rid of the cookie. So a lot of the larger platforms have been making significant strides towards a cookie-free world. For us, it's a necessity. It's putting the consumer first. We don't think that advertising has the need for cookies or any PII in order to achieve successful campaigns.
I think I need to ask more detail about that. So, I mean, if you're not getting that kind of personal information anymore, what are you doing to get around that and still execute well on advertising campaigns?
So for us, that's where contextual comes into play. So targeting a user based on the signals that we can take around the content that they're consuming at that very moment in time. So what is the text talking about? What is the imagery talking about? What is the video saying? So we can start to analyze and understand every piece of content, and that content is what a user is really interested in, what they're thinking about at that moment. So let's deliver advertising that's relevant to that moment, that also doesn't require any sort of personally identifiable information.
Interesting. So how does GumGum fit into that picture?
Of course. So GumGum has a proprietary contextual intelligence platform known as Verity. It's the only MRC accredited platform for content level verification. So look, we are scanning and we're understanding the world in the way that a human would scan and understand the world. So using AI-led technology in order to achieve that.
Brilliant. I've been talking a lot of the people we've been talking about here. I feel like we're talking about an era of like analytics 2.0, but it feels like we're now moving to something far more contextual and far more about truly knowing what the why is behind it.
Yeah. So I would argue that measurement, particularly for digital advertising, has been broken for a number of years now. Certainly when I joined the industry many moons ago, we talked about click-through rate, and it was very basic metrics. And we are still talking about that today, which, I mean, I will stand on my soapbox about this all day long. Like, it's an arbitrary metric that we shouldn't really be thinking about.
I could not agree more.
So look, we are moving on beyond that. And yes, analytics, understanding of value and outcomes achieved throughout the media funnel is going to be more and more important. It's something we should have achieved a long time ago. But I get the sense that the industry is finally ready to take that leap. And it's going to be done through various different ways. The core one for us is looking at attention-based measurement. So actually understanding how long eyeballs are on one ad unit versus another. And higher levels of attention, we know, delivers better outcomes for businesses.
Yeah, because I've been thinking for years now that there's something broken in the way advertising works. If you're just paying for people just to see what you've done without any guarantee it means anything, it means that you've got people employed with the specific role of not really caring about sales whatsoever, just getting people onto a page, which means the message is being engineered the wrong way.
Yeah, 100%. And you talk about people seeing an ad. Actually, stats suggest that we deliver 10,000 ads per day across our world. And you have a finite amount of attention as a human. You can't look at 10,000 ads and take them in and have a moment with them. Advertising needs to change. It should be less, higher quality, and measured in ways that actually drive meaningful outcomes.
Yes. So then, finally, what to you does the future of this sort of post-cookie vision look like in the real world?
So for us, it will be a contextual first approach. There are contextual signals that you can take from anything. A great example that I really like, which is quite recent, is from BrewDog. They launched their Hazy IPA.
Yes.
So they talked about their contextualization of digital out of home. So they would deliver a Hazy IPA ad the moment that the London skyline was hazy. So, you can take this idea of contextual and those types of signals, and you can start to attribute it to more and more platforms. When we talk about in-game, CTV, the metaverse, when it really sort of starts to deliver what it's promised. Contextual
That's
will
a
be
whole
there.
other video.
Absolutely.
So are we saying that hopefully we're now finally going to see the end of the welcome to a website here, you've now got to click on a bunch of things just to not be tracked era?
Will that go away? I'm not convinced it will necessarily. There might be a necessity to some degree to have that. But what I do hope is that we will put the user first in the way that we think about an advertising industry. And that stems from the use of their data. It stems to user experience and actually not overwhelming people with advertising. And then as an understanding of the outcomes of that, really looking beyond those vanity arbitrary metrics that we've been working to in the past.
Awesome. Well, I think that about does it. I think it's been absolutely fascinating talking to you. If people want to know more about GumGum, where should they be looking?
Please go to gumgum.com and you find out more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Cheers.